He's the brains behind GMG Productions, the company behind the growing slate of world-class live entertainment and theatrical experiences in Manila and across Southeast Asia. His latest offering, Les Misérables, the World Tour Spectacular, will be staged at the theater at Solaire from January 20 to March 1. With us now for more, the owner and CEO of GMG Productions, Carlos Candal. It's good to have you here, Carlos.
Hi,
welcome to the program.
Thank you for inviting me.
So how are the ticket sales looking for Les Mis?
Les Mis totally sold out, so
is it?
Perfectly happy. Can't do better than that.
And when you're taking a look at the sort of audience makeup and who bought those tickets, what are the demographics looking like?
I mean, it's a real mixture, but typically the shows here, the demographics are 25 to 35 for most of the shows, but Les Mis is obviously a more established, slightly older audience. But when we put it on sale, it was a very, very fast on sale. We have a fantastic partnership with Union Bank and their card holders who get exclusive access to the tickets for the first couple of days. And there's now a system in place where these people go on and they buy, and most of the shows, the big shows now sell an enormous amount of tickets with them before it goes on to the public. So Les Mis was very, very strong. And then, of course, we announced the cast. Slightly later on, Lea Salonga and Rachel Ango as a couple that I mentioned, and of course then it completely sold out. So it's a great result for us.
It's a premium live show, and it's happening at a time consumer sentiment isn't really looking too good. It fell because of the government corruption allegations.
Yeah.
It is a discretionary expense when you come to think of it, when you purchase a ticket and it's for a premium live show. So how do you work around that?
Well, typically, because I've been in this business for 37 years globally, and I've been through quite a few recessions, and actually, interestingly, in times of recession, entertainment does really well because people stop spending on other bigger purchases like holidays and things like that, and they want to cheer themselves up, and entertainment's the first go-to that you go to. As it were, so I've never had any problems in those circumstances. And at the moment, as you know, we're on a program of expanding the business here. We've got Jesus Christ Superstar after Les Mis, which is a fantastic show. This is a contemporary version, hasn't been seen before, which people really should go and see. Then we just announced Charlie and the Chocolate Factory yesterday. We've got more shows coming later this year. So we've historically been doing maybe 2 or 3 shows a year in the market, but the market is growing, and therefore I'm trying to expand it. We're booking shows through into 2029, and additionally we're now bringing experiences in. I believe you understand about, we brought the Friends experience in, we've got the Brickman World of Wonders in, and I created a space specifically at Solaire because I'm involved with a lot of experiences worldwide, and we were trying to bring Friends in originally because I've dealt with it for 10 years, and I couldn't find a space in Manila looking at the typical mall spaces. So I managed to convince Solaire.
We're talking about this full ecosystem you're creating. It's not only premium live shows, but family exhibitions, as well as entertainment beyond the stage. But talk to us about that growing market, as you mentioned, because that's 2 to 3 live shows per year, and there could be a risk of audience fatigue.
There is, and we obviously try and space them out, and we're doing slightly different demographics. So as I say, Les Mis is a slightly older audience. JCS is a more contemporary audience, should be younger, but also appeals to the older crowd. Charlie is obviously a family audience. Friends was a sort of a mixture between fans and Gen Z type people, but Friends appeals to people from 10 years old to 80 years old because it's because of the TV show. And then there's Wonders of the World is a family experience. I mean, it's an amazing experience actually. It's if you can go around and literally see 45 Wonders of the World in the Arc de Triomphe, Big Ben. There's a massive Titanic in there, and kids can go and play, build Lego while they're actually there. And it's a very big international experience because what I'm doing is I'm not doing the sort of small mall type activations. I'm focusing on the best international shows, the best international experiences, and that's why it was really key that Solaire agreed and partnered with me to build the space. And we've got a lot of things coming up in future.
Those partnerships, talk to us about the partnerships with the bank, partnerships with the venue. How important is that in being able to do what you can with not going with any partnerships and just going it alone and selling the ticket at full price on day one?
Yeah, I mean, it's just obviously very important. I mean, you know, Solaire have been very supportive, and when they built the theatre in the first place, because before that we were doing shows at the CCP, and Solaire were very smart and built the theatre with the right number of seats and the right staging so that we could actually perfectly bring in the big shows. And for the space, again, it's been created in a unique style so that we can bring all the big attractions in, and we can price them differently, because obviously the big Broadway musicals, you know, Hamilton, you know, Miss Saigon, you know, Les Mis, are priced reasonably. Actually, they're a lot cheaper to come and see in the Philippines than Broadway, because Broadway is incredibly expensive now, as you know.
So how much cheaper is it if it's staged here in Manila?
For people to buy tickets compared to Broadway, probably 30% of the cost of a Broadway ticket now, which is incredible, bearing in mind that when we're bringing Les Mis, we've got 21 40-foot containers and more than 100 people, you know, coming in. It's a massive, massive thing to bring in, but we can actually, you know, make it economically work for people. Because if you think about it, if you want to go and see Les Mis in London, you have to spend 200,000 pesos to get there, stay in a hotel, you know, and see the show. So we're taking that sort of hassle out of it for people as well. And then things like Friends and the Brickman experience, the Wonders of the World, you can see it for 1,000 pesos, you know, and the cheapest ticket price on Les Mis is 2,500, or JCS is 2,000. So the entry level is low, and the high price ticket is like 7,500 to 8,500. A Broadway ticket is probably now 250, 300. Hamilton was peaking recently at $1,500 a ticket. So yeah, we're giving good value for money, to be honest.
Just very quickly, as you're expanding this year and up to 2029, are you looking to put in more capex?
No, we're fine. I mean, I'm fully funded. Union Bank are a very good partner. They're a very helpful partner. Obviously, they give us some sponsorship money, which does help, and you know, they've fully bought into the idea of how important it is, you know, to support live entertainment. That's one of their big things in the Philippines. So I really value, you know, what they do for us, and their card holders value it. And a lot of people have got card holders specifically to get access to tickets before everybody else. So it is important that we get the right partners, for sure, to make it all work commercially and keep the ticket prices at the right level.
Well, all the best in all the shows you're staging this year.
Yeah, no, well, you must come to the Gala of Les Mis and also go and see Brickman,
I
the
will
World
do.
of Wonders of the World. Okay, thank you.
Carlos Candal, the owner and CEO of GMG Productions. And before we go, here are a couple of movies